Hello everyone! Today I'm going to dive deeper into the Fisherman's Hut, Hunter Hut and Farm. Note that this video will contain spoilers, so if you wish to explore the world of Aska on your own, now is the time to turn off this video. Still here? Good, let's proceed. We are ready to take control over our food supplies. So we are going to take a look at the 3 food production buildings from last video. First, we will start with the Fisherman's Hut. I have built it here at the lake, and in order for any villager to be able to work here, we need to supply them with 2 or 3 things. Most importantly, a fisherman is nothing without their rod. So at the workshop, we will make Anders craft a fishing rod. We go to tasks and we pick the fishing rod. Now we have the fishing rod, but in order for any fish to be interested, we have to have some bait. These can be crafted in the Builder menu, category 2, and far to the right side you find we have access to 4 different ones. Early game, I recommend making berry bait, as you will have lots of them, and as you could see, they don't really fill anyone's bellies. I grabbed some berries, and now we will make the bait. As you can see, 1 berry equals 4 berry bait. The fishermen will craft their own bait if they can't find any, but I like to control what kind of baits they use by making lots of them and placing them here in this barrel. These 2 things are essential for fishing, and this is how fishing works. You equip the rod and add bait to throw into the lake. In order to equip the bait, you open your inventory and pull the bait over to the bait slot. You can now see how many baits you have equipped in the bottom right corner. Now to start to fish, you either left click or right click. And then we wait. We take a look at the rod. At the tip of it will start reacting when the fish are nibbling on the bait. And the moment we can see that the nibbling starts to go frenzy, we will right click. Like now. If the fishermen run out of bait and the storage of berries is too far away, the fishermen will try to make bait out of the fish they have caught. To be able to do this, they need to have a stone knife. After filling their inventory, the fisherman will come here and place the fish in the fish storage. When the fishing rack is full, the fisherman will complain that the storage is full and stop working like the other villagers. Now let's move on to the Hunter Hut. Location of the building should be not too far away from where you keep food, but also where you have crafters, as they will bring back home both food and leather. The hunter need access to 3 tools. They are all crafted at the workshop. They will need a bow, arrows, and a stone knife. Hunters kill prey and level their archery, which makes them not only strong as a hunter, but also a great addition for militia. I will make a separate video about that. Now, when we open the Hunter Hut, we can see that we have a prey priority list and a task list. Early game, it's recommended to have smokers on the left side, which is the highest priority. This is so that the hunters can deal with any infestation in the area of your village. In order for your hunters to find prey, you need to place hunter markers in areas where you see wildlife strolling about. Just like the first 3 gathering buildings, the Hunter Hut also comes with a marker by default. Now let's take a look at the tasks. Meat hunks are big bits of meat that only drops from bigger animals. They count as large items and can only be carried 1 at a time, while each big animal drops between 2 to 5 of them. In practicality, that means that your hunter will kill 1 big animal, skin them, pick up all small and medium materials, and then grab 1 meat hunk and go back to your village. They will then have to go back and grab any remaining ones afterwards. This is quite time consuming, but there is another problem. If the prey runs out of the hunting area, the hunter will follow and deal with them, but they will not find their way back for any leftover materials. So to make sure you don't lose out on any meat hunks and also save your hunters some time, you can set this task to 0. This will result in the hunter harvesting the meat hunks and collecting the smaller pieces, since they are still in your task list. The smaller parts are small items that can stack up till 10, so you can carry a total of 230 meat parts if you fill your whole inventory with them. A meat hunk will give you a minimum of 4 raw meat. Further down, we see that the hunters will also bring us back smolker horns if they drop from the male smolkers. As I mentioned in the smolker video, this is a rare drop and you typically see less male smolkers compared to the females. If you struggle to get the horns, you could put the horns on high priority so that the hunters will try to get the horns over everything else. Alright, enough of that, moving on to the farm. The farm itself is a small building with storage for materials, seeds and veggies. It can host 3 workers right from the start. Now, apart from having the building, we need to have farm fields where the farmers will grow the crops. We open the structure menu and here under add-ons we see farm crop. We build the field in the same way as the terraforming tool works. The max size of one of these fields is 16 squares. For each farm you can build 3 of these zones. I will mention that later when you upgrade the farm to tier 2, you will get a 4th field, so keep that in mind when planning your village layout. Farmers will need access to 1 tool, seeds and water. The rake can be crafted at the workshop. Here we add it to the tasks, so that Anders can craft one for us. Our gatherer has been a saint and gotten us lots of seeds so far. This is also why I built an extra well next to the farm, so that they have access to lots of water. I will show you how farming works. First, you grab your tool and you need to prepare the land by tilling it. When done, you will be able to plant seeds. Just like with bait, you need to open your inventory and equip the seeds. Now you can see that the tooltip says that we can plant. And then you need to add water. Over time, the crops will grow, but so will also the weeds. In order for the growth time not to get extended, keep the weeds below 20%. The water will get filled by itself if it rains. Your villagers know how to do all of this, so what you need to do is just tell them what to grow on the farm. We are going to assign Ella to become our farmer, and then we are going to go to tasks. Here we can see that we have only 2 fields. The moment I built the 3rd one, it will also show up in the list. Now, when we press on tasks on the 1st field, we get access to all the squares that are associated with this field. On the right side you can see everything that can be planted on this farm. You also see information if they are available in this current season. Because it's spring, we can plant berries, flax, garlic and onions. We know that neither of these vegetables will actually make any hunger go away, so my personal recommendation is to grow 1 field with berries. That will be used for making fishing bait and later also as a filler to higher tier food. And the other 2 fields I would plant flax. Why flax? Because early game you will need lots and lots of rope to build, but soon you will also start making clothing in preparation for winter. Clothing also uses lots of fiber. When you have decided what you want to plant, you simply left click and drag over all the slots. Now the planning for spring is done. But you can see that up here we can switch which season we're looking at. This makes it so that you can control what your farmers will grow all year. I love this function so much. When you're done planning 1 field, you simply press save. Now we are going to plant some berries. There we go. As berries only grow in spring and summer, we can put something else in autumn and winter. Since autumn is right before winter, we are going to double down on flax. Now we have a little checkbox down here. What does this do? Imagine it's the end of summer. We are still growing some berries, but suddenly the season changes to autumn. The berries will not grow anymore, but they will also not wither away. Your field will get blocked. By crossing this, your farmers will uproot anything that didn't finish growing between the seasons, so your production will never stop. Unfortunately, you will not get back the seeds that were used for planting these crops, but you will likely never struggle with seeds anyway. And off Ella goes to start tilling and planting all the seeds. Do you remember the seasonal perks that I told you about before? I will mention that when a villager with one of these perks goes into the season that their perk boosts, they will temporarily gain extra skill levels in the proficiency that their perk relates to. So for example, if a villager has Blossom Tender, they will gain 6 skill levels in farming during spring that is removed in summer. Any earned skill levels are not affected. To cycle between the seeds or the seasons faster, you can simply left-click on the picture. I also want to mention that we have seeds for the thatch bushes and for the stick bushes, but these can only be planted when you have upgraded your farm to Tier 2. This concludes the deep dive into the Fisherman Hut, Hunter Hut and farms. Thank you for watching!